Alright, in today's video we are going to install Db2 11.5.8 community version on Windows Server 2022. In my previous video, my focus was on the Linux. So today this is probably the first install I'm going to attempt on the Windows Server because I'm going to use this later for a database migration demo. Okay. So on Windows, it's fairly simple, and also I think the number of Windows install is much less than the Linux install in the Db2 world. Okay, so but anyway, so let's just give it a try. So I already downloaded the Db2 from IBM. That is free, so it's pretty decent. Free from IBM. And after that, we do an unzip the installer and run the setup. Okay. So this is the page I already logged in. This is the field download. It's about 1.4 gig. That is for Windows. You can download the Linux. You can also download the ZOS, Linux on ZOS, and Linux on PowerPC. I'm not sure what this one. Linux on IBM AIX. Okay, so I already download. It is in my download folder. So let's go there. So it is download. Okay. So this is the installer I downloaded. It's V11.5.8 NTX64_server_DEC. Okay. So you can directly collect to start the install, but I think it's better just unzip it. So I'm using a semi-zip to unzip and extract to this folder. I already done this. Okay, so let's go ahead to go to this folder. So this is the typical interface. We're gonna so we can just run. I think we can just either let's run as administrator. So we can so let's get started. So first, the welcome page. So we're going to choose install a product. And from here, they have like a different version. Some of it's it is out of date, like say advanced, enterprise. Notice IBM not calling this anymore. They basically have a 3 model: standard, advanced, and the community. Okay. So they need to gradually change these terms. Okay. And anyway, so let's just go ahead to see install new. There's other options like install the Db2 client, Db2 connect, that's something else. So we are interested in the server. Okay, so we're going to go to install. And they will launch those interface for the install. Okay, so the Windows install is always relative straightforward and simple. You just like a few click. Okay, so let's go to next, and you accept the IBM license. You see here it says Db2 copy 1. That is their term. This is their instance name. So you can choose typical, custom, and compact. So for simplicity, we just use next the standard, the typical. You can view the features, what is being installed. If you do a custom, you can pick and choose. Okay. So you can also choose if you use response file in the future. So we don't need this. We just do a simple install. Okay. So these 3 options, you can generate a response file, you can install and save response file. So we don't need that. We just do a simple install. Okay. Then the default location. So we find with the default location. And here it is it's called the Db2 administrator server, the user. Okay. So There's a couple of options. If on domain, you can use a domain user or you can use a local user. So I could just take a default, and people, especially in the old days, we just, use the local user db2 element. This is the default, okay? So first time, because we don't have this user, so they're gonna create for you, okay? So you just give a user, this is default name, you give a password, okay? Let me try a simple password if I can pass this. Use the same account for the remaining DB2 service, okay? That's fine. I see, because the password is too so short. This is, I try to install on a domain controller, so because I don't have much resources. So let me use a fairly complicated, so I'm gonna use a different, because this is a domain machine, they have policies, okay? So let me use a healthy password. All right, so let's try. Now it's passed. By default, they're going to create a DB2 instance if you have a partitioned PDF environment, so you can join. Okay, so we don't do that. We just do a single instance. So also a single instance, yeah. Let's go to next. So this is the default instance called a DB2, okay? So from here, the config, they give you the, you can see the port number is 25,000. They used to be default 50,000, now they changed, okay? So, and the startup automatic start, that's fine. So, let's just take a default 25,000. That's fine. This is their new way to default the port. Go to next. And they set up DB2 to send notification. So you specify. I'm not going to take that. Just go to next page. Okay. So that says enable system operating system. So this is you create some groups. So I'm not going to take that, just for simple, okay? So it's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead to do the install, okay? All right, this may take a few minutes to install. So after install, let's see, we probably, so run the install, as we said, we most take defaults, okay? And then let's see, after that, we may just create a database, DB, right? And then we do a connection test. We can do it either locally or remotely, okay? To remote, we have to do the catalog, okay? So let me see, let's see. Let me see if I can go to a remote server. So let me see if I have the SQL db2 cmd command. Okay, I do have db2 cmd. That is a remote one. Okay, so I'm going to later try to do a remote connection. Okay. So on this, let's see, host name, okay. So this is my client, okay. So let me just minimize this, let this wait this finish, okay. I believe it's almost finished. Let me open a CMD window. So hostname. All right, so this is my server. Okay, my server name is DC22. And so let's from this, let me use a diagram to show what we're gonna do. So, and basically at this moment, the demo environment, right? So we have a server name. So this is our server. So it's called DC22. They are running Windows Server 2022. Okay. So we install Db2 on this server, and then we use the port 25,000. So port 25,000. So the Db2 version we installed is going to be finished 11.5.8, and this is a Windows Server 2022 machine. Okay, so that is the information we need. And we have a Db2 instance name called Db2 admin. I have a password, so all right. So let's see. Let's see. It's still. I guess it's still running. Okay, it's finished. Okay, let's go to next, and then says finish. So we don't need to install this Visual Studio, so we can just connect next. Okay, it's finished. Now they give up the first page. You can use this to create a sample database, or you can use command line. Okay, so let's just use this one. See, I'm gonna create a sample database. See what it's gonna do. Because this is says I'm going to create in the C. Let's give it a try. But sometimes it's not working because of I'm logging as a domain user, so it may not able, but give it a try. If not work, we're gonna have to use the Db2 admin, log on as a Db2 admin user, and do the creation. Okay, so while it is creating, let's go to the command window. In order to run all those commands, we have to use called Db2 CMD. So we have to launch this. So they don't have this yet. Let's redo it. So now should have it. Okay. So we're going to launch the Db2 CMD. That is the command interface on Windows you interact with Db2. Okay. I think IBM just did make a wrapper on it. So let's see. If we do a Db2 ls, they don't have Db2 ls. That is the Linux command. Let me see if we can do a Db2 level. You will see what. Okay, so we have Db2 level. It is what is being the product is installed here. Okay, let's see. Okay, it looks like it's finished. So the database created. So let's do a Db2 list DB directory. It should have a local database being created now. Yeah, it has. Okay, let's do a connection. Connect to sample. Okay, we connected. So far, so good. Let's do a Db2 list tables. See what tables in this. Okay, so cool. So they created the database with the schema. So I'm logged on. This is my user. So I think look like IBM made a certain improvement. Okay, so we're able to create the database with this user and create this. So let's do a db2 select count star from the table. Let's use a EMP table. Okay, so let's see EMP. EMP it is alias. We just use the employee. Okay. Okay, it's good to go. So let's see net stat. So we can see now the port 25,000 should be listening. So this is the port is listening. If we need to do a remote connect, we can do it as well. Let's give it a try. Okay, so I'm gonna use a client machine. So we're gonna do a, before I do that, let's do a db2 list applications. So you see there's only one application. This is the local application we just did. Okay, so this is one is closed. It's okay. So let's do a remote connection. So remote connection, we have to catalog database. I don't want to do that. Let me just use a simple SQL, use the CRP plus, okay? So the username, I'm going to use the db2 admin user, and the remote host is DC22. This similar like Oracle style, okay? So the port number is 25,000, and the database name is sample. Okay, let's give it a try like this way. DC22 maybe. Oh, I don't want. Let me just close this one. So I don't want to use GUI, so I just use command line. It's no window. All right, let me try the password I entered earlier when I do the setup. Okay, it's connected, and so basically we demoed, you know, how to connect locally. Also, we connect remotely using a Java application too. As I said, if we want to do the db2 CLI, we can do like db2 catalog. Let's do this with catalog TCP/IP, right? TCP/IP node. Let's call the, I just reuse this one. So remote server name, in my case also called DC21. So I'm going to use the server port 25,000. So I catalog this, then we catalog the database, okay? Catalog database. So sample, you can use as whatever the alias you want, okay? So I just reuse the same name, node DC22. Let's see, db2 list db directory, Okay, I have one. Okay, let's do a standard way to do it. So I'm going to db2 connect to sample. It will fail because this is remote, right? So, and then we can have use the user. So the user, I'm going to use db2 admin and enter the password. Okay. All right, it's connected. On the server side, if we do a db2 list application, you will see this coming from this IP address, the username. Okay, so that's for today's demo. So in the future, I'm going to because I need to create a video and how to migrate the data from Windows to Linux. That is what I try to set up this environment. Okay, that's for today.